Ava, oh my God, I really need to talk to you. I am in total shock at what just happened today. This is incredible. I really wasn't expecting to meet my brother's fiancé. I thought that he would be bringing over someone that I didn't know at all. I had no idea that he was bringing you to the house. You're my brother's fiancé? Wow. How long had you been dating Travis? I had absolutely no idea that this was going on. I really couldn't believe my eyes today. I thought I was dreaming, actually. Well, of course you didn't know what was going on because I didn't tell you a thing about it. It's only natural for you to react this way, too. But I don't understand why you didn't tell me that you were dating my brother, Ava. Why didn't you say anything? I thought that we were really good friends. To be honest, I couldn't be happier knowing that my brother's getting married to one of my greatest friends on the planet. I'm getting kind of emotional at the fact that we'll be sisters soon. Huh? What do you mean by that, Jane? Sisters? Come on, isn't that kind of a joke, though? I don't see why you're getting so emotional when we're hardly friends at all. Didn't you realize why I didn't say anything about this to you? I was just pretending to be a really good friend to you because I wanted to get with your really handsome brother. You really need to get it through that thick skull of yours that I'd never be friends with you. You really need to stop misunderstanding people's intentions, okay? Wait a minute, what did you just say to me? This must be some sort of joke, right? Okay, I get it. Real funny, Ava. You can stop kidding around now. Wow, you're kind of being quite pathetic right now. You know I'm not joking, Jane. Why would I want to be friends with a disabled person in a wheelchair? You can hardly move, and you're absolutely no fun to be around. You need to face reality, Jane. Your hands and feet are basically tied together, and you are bound to that ugly chair. Look, I get it. You can't use your legs anymore, and obviously it's out of your control. You'll have to be like this for the rest of your life, so I guess I'm sorry. What the heck, Ava? Ava, I don't get why you're treating me like this. How could you be so cruel? What happened to make you talk to me like this? Hey! I'm trying to talk to you. Ava, what's going on with these wedding invitations? I know that at least one wedding invitation arrived in my house for the family, but there wasn't one for me. Could it be that you put the wrong address on the invitation for me, or that there's been a mix-up at the mailing center? Do you know anything about this? Well, I haven't been in contact with you for the longest time, so it's only natural for me not to send you an invite. I don't want you interfering with my wedding ceremony. But can't you admit to yourself how stupid you're being right now? Wasn't it obvious when I told you that I was only being your friend to get to your brother? What the heck are you saying? I'd never interfere with someone's wedding, especially my own brother's wedding. Why are you saying such awful things to me? What have I ever done to you to be talked to like this, Ava? I thought that we were really good friends. Don't you want to be friends with me anymore? Oh my God, you really are stupid sometimes. I've already told you this a million times. I used you to get closer to Travis. That's the only reason I became friends with you in the first place. Generally speaking, it would be such a shame if someone told me that I was going to gain a relative who has a disability. It just wouldn't look good. It wouldn't look good? Are you kidding me right now, Ava? Don't you see how much you're discriminating against me just because I'm in a wheelchair? Of course it wouldn't look good. It would be embarrassing. If we found out that your disability was because of your genetics, so many people would find out and just not come. If things were to end up like this, my own children could possibly have a disability as well, and I don't want that. There is no benefit in you being around this wedding. Are you seriously calling me defective, Anna? That is such a horrible thing to say. You can't just say that sort of thing to someone with a disability. It's not right. Hey now, there is no need to get so mad just because I'm speaking the truth. It wouldn't be a good look if you showed up because assumptions would be made about me. Besides, it's not like you and I are best friends or anything like that. I just wanted to be closer to your brother. Why would I want to be friends with a disabled person? You're a disgrace to your family because you're bound to this wheelchair, so please, don't bother coming to the wedding. No one wants you there, Jane. Okay. Well, since you've already taken this so far, I suppose I won't go to my own brother's wedding. But what you're saying and doing is so wrong, Ava. I don't care. I just want things to go the way they should. I also would like it if you cut ties with your family. It would really help the situation. We're planning to invite a lot of relatives and have a super gorgeous ceremony without you. We don't need someone like you there cramping our style. Travis, I really need to talk to you. It's urgent, and I'm really upset about what's going on. So I was talking to Ava about how I haven't received an invite to the wedding. She ended up telling me that, this is horrible. She said that she never intended on sending me an invitation to your wedding. I feel so depressed right now.
Whoa, just calm down and breathe, little sister. What are you on about exactly? What do you mean Ava never intended on inviting you? Doesn't make sense.
Look, I don't want to say anything bad about your fiancé, Travis, but Ava has basically cut me out of her life just because I've got a disability. She also turned around and said to me that people with disabilities are defective and shouldn't be invited to special events. I just feel so terrible about myself now, Travis.
Excuse me? Did she seriously say that to you? She said that you're a defect? Has she lost her mind? Why would she say something like that to a friend?
To be honest, it's my fault for not realizing Ava's true nature when it comes to other people. She's such a terrible person, Travis. I didn't think she'd act like this. But I'm more concerned what she'll say or do in front of you once you both get married. Please be careful from now on when it comes to Ava.
This is insane. I still don't get why she'd say such a thing like that towards you when you've been so kind towards her. I don't believe this at all.
I know what you mean, Travis. I didn't want to believe what she said myself. It seems like she's been holding how she feels for a while now. Also, I was wondering if you could send me a wedding invitation. I want to be able to congratulate you properly. I want to see you get married.
Look, I really hate to break this to you, Jane, but I'm really sorry. I don't think it would be a good idea for you to come to the ceremony.
Wait, what did you just say? I'm confused. I'm your sister, Travis. Why would you not want me at the wedding ceremony? It makes no sense.
Jane, you've got to realize that weddings cost quite a lot of money, so that's why I want it to be a huge success. I want Ava to have all the attention on her wedding day.
Huh? I don't quite understand what you're getting at, Travis. Give her all the attention? What's that supposed to mean exactly? What's that got to do with me?
Well, when you come into the venue in your wheelchair, even if you don't like it, the attention will definitely be diverted to you, and I don't think she wants that. That would be a huge problem, and I want to make Ava the main focal point of the ceremony. She should be shining the brightest. She's the star of the show, so to speak. Besides, you'd be restricting the staff members' movement around the venue if you were to come in the wheelchair. If the ceremony is delayed, it would be a burden on those attending.
Huh? What? Is that seriously the problem? Even you're thinking of me as a problem? Why do you think I'm such a nuisance for? Why would you say that?
I'll just say what I need to say now so we don't have too many issues. To be honest, taking care of you is very difficult for me, Jane. It gets too much sometimes. I do feel sorry for you because you've got no movement in your legs and they just don't work properly anymore. It's just so hard to watch you wheel around sometimes. I just want you to realize that you're kind of causing trouble for other people and it's hard for us too. Also, don't take people's kindness for granted just because you've got a disability, Jane.
Are you kidding me right now? This is... I can't believe this. You're saying things like this? How could you say that to me? Your little sister. I never thought you'd ever say these things to me. I already know how I make people feel. I cause trouble for everyone because of my disability. I never thought I was normal, but I didn't think you'd go this far.
Okay, but anyway, I've been the one who's been closest to you. It was also hard for me, too. I always wanted to get away from you, so that's why I left home when I did.
Wait, what? Are you telling me that you left home because of me? Because life was so hard for you just because I can't move my legs?
I'm just trying to tell you that the world doesn't revolve around you and your disability, Jane. Everything in the house has always been about you, and I got sick of it. Come on, you're an adult now, so you should be able to understand where I'm coming from with all this, okay? You're not the only one who struggles.
Yes, but I don't put people down because they have an issue, but I get it. It's all my fault, right? I guess I was so overwhelmed with my disability then. You know, I'm really sorry, Travis. I obviously didn't realize that I was causing you so much trouble. I would have just stayed away if I knew. But I guess you really didn't want me to know, so you just left home early on so you didn't have to put up with me, right? I just got in your way, literally.
Well, yes, basically. I just wanted to not have to feel like I got no attention because of you, and I just got sick of having to look out for you all the time.
So you left home and now you basically want to cut all ties with me. Is that correct, Travis? You don't want anything to do with me anymore.
Since I know I can cut you out of my life now, maybe that's what I want to happen. If I do this, I'll be free from taking care of you and I'll have more freedom for myself.
Is that so? Fine. I get it. You want nothing to do with me? So be it, Travis. If that's the case, then I guess we're no longer siblings anymore. First Ava and now you. Great. Well, hey there, Jane. I was just wondering if you've seen the wedding photos. The hall is still getting set up, but it looks gorgeous. Many people will be blessing me from now on. Hello, Ava. Yes, I've seen some of the photos. The dress looks so beautiful. The hall looks so big, and I'm sure getting it set up is really difficult. Of course, it's taken a lot of preparing, and it has cost a lot of money. After all, today is the day that I'll be the star. It's my wedding, so it makes sense. Oh, I forgot to ask earlier, but I'd really appreciate it if you could send me some money as a gift. You'll also bless this marriage, right? I'm expecting that much. All you've really got to do for now is send me some money, but also to not set foot into the ceremony until everything is over. That's all I wish for. Well, I think you got your wish by telling me to stay at home, Ava. You said that it would be better for you if I did, so I'm sitting here feeling like crap. Oh, come on. I had to sacrifice some people since I'm so popular, you see? I've got a lot of guests coming. We no longer have to take care of you, so we're free now. It's been a long time coming, this ceremony, and trying to get you out of my life. I'm just so glad that this could all happen. It was definitely worth it. You know, Ava, I've never forced you to take care of me at all, so I don't know what you're talking about. I thought you were doing it out of the kindness of your heart. I guess not. Of course you were wrong. I wouldn't do that. I needed to get what I wanted and then accomplish my goals that I had. Wasn't it obvious to you? Anyway, we've known each other since middle school, but you were just a stepping stone to what I really wanted, your brother. Having to take care of you from that age to try and get some brownie points with your brother and his family was super annoying to me. But I no longer have to do that anymore, so I'm not going to hold back my opinions about you. People like you should just disappear from society. How dare you say something so cruel about disabled people? I never asked for this to happen to me. I can't help who I am physically. However, I'm glad that you got to get out your true feelings about me, Ava. All of our memories together were fake, and I don't regret anything I say from now on. You know what I want now, Ava? I want you to be the one that disappears from my life, since you've decided to be so horrible to me about our friendship. What on earth are you talking about, you stupid little woman? I haven't got a clue what you're trying to get at. Do you seriously think you can do anything to me from your wheelchair? Besides, unlike your kind who have many disabilities, I'm popular with everyone. Even if you were to disappear, no one would miss you and they'd feel no pain over your absence.
Jane, you better have an explanation as to what's going on right now. None of our relatives have shown up to the wedding and I can't get a hold of them. You're in the house right now, aren't you? You've not left or anything like that, right? You've not heard anything from them, have you?
Why are you talking to me, Travis? Don't you know that we're no longer siblings and you're just a stranger to me now? Stop trying to contact me, Travis.
I don't have time to do this right now when I need to know what's going on. I'm not worried about this. I want you to just call our relatives. No one has shown up to the ceremony.
Well, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to help you with this. Why don't you try and solve this problem yourself, okay, Travis?
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You're the only one who wasn't invited, so I'm sure you're the one who's up to something. Tell me what's going on.
You do realize that normally no one would want to celebrate the marriage of a couple who abandoned the sister in the wheelchair, right?
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Are you saying that no one showed up because you aren't coming to the wedding? This is insane.
I'm not coming because you were the ones that didn't invite me in the first place. I didn't get an invite to the wedding, so of course Mom and Dad got a bit suspicious. So in the end, I showed them the messages that you and Ava had been sending me about why I wasn't invited to the wedding. I told them what was going on.
What? Why would you do that? Did you literally show them what messages we sent to you? Don't you know anything about privacy? You showed them my messages without permission?
No one would believe me unless I showed them what you actually said to me. They were both in shock when I showed them what you said. They were horrified, actually. They had an inkling that you were growing dissatisfied with me existing in your life. Then I said how you rejected me as a sister and saw how you discussed that with me. They were both crying and in shock at how you talked to me. They said how a child grows up as the parent's fault because of how they were raised.
But I don't understand what this has got to do with today's ceremony. They need to forget about this and get to the venue. Why aren't they coming?
All of us came to the same conclusion, that if you told me not to come to the ceremony, then neither will they. They obviously know what you said was so wrong. I knew I had to tell them as I could no longer hold it in. I told them, but it was always up to them whether they wanted to go to the wedding ceremony or not.
But it doesn't make any sense to me what's happening here. Like, why haven't Anna's relatives come to the ceremony? You've done something, haven't you? You little weasel.
Well, from the perspective of our parents, what Ava said was nothing but cruel and disgusting. The comments she said were targeting me and others with disabilities, right? As a parent, I think it's natural for them to be angry about someone hurting their daughter's feelings. Dad got so angry that he barged into Ava's house. But that wasn't the way to have a proper discussion about this, so of course it would be better to do this another day since you're busy getting married.
Are you kidding me? Dad actually barged into her house? Is that what actually happened? I haven't heard of that happening. What the heck is his problem?
You know, I can never say more than a few details to a stranger, Travis, but both of her parents cried and apologized for how their daughter treated me. They said that they knew that she had a few flaws in her personality, but they never thought that she'd say horrible things to a friend like me. Especially since we've known each other for such a long time and looked out for me. They couldn't apologize more for what Ava said. They weren't barely audible, apparently. But here's the thing I don't get. Even though her parents are quite nice people, how did she turn out so horrible? They sincerely apologized, and I thought it was strange. Considering their daughter has not said one remorseful thing to me, of course, as parents, they take full responsibility for making a child into such a horrible person. They all decided mutually not to go to the ceremony because of how Ava has treated me in the last few months, and I don't blame them for not going today.
Are you for real, Jane? How dare you tell them what we said? Everything's going to be completely ruined now. You've ruined everything we planned. There's no way they wouldn't come to the wedding just because of something small like this, right? How can you take what I said so seriously?
Well, you should have thought about what you wanted to say before you said it, Travis. They couldn't go because they couldn't bless their daughter's marriage to you. It's already falling to pieces. I'm starting to notice that now. No one's congratulated you on your upcoming wedding. No one seemed to be pleased with this marriage. Even if you tried to contact them to get them to come over, they won't. Everyone knows about Ava's discriminatory remarks, and no one will come to the wedding.
But this can't be happening right now. How can they do this to us? It was only a joke, really. It's not really how we feel. Tell them to come here now.
Look, I'm aware that my existence has caused you to also have a difficult time with your life, but Ava has made you realize this in such a horrible manner. She's good at getting under people's skin when it comes to the negative emotions, but it's still obvious that you care about her. So from now on, please live with her. We don't want you coming back here. You're not welcome here. You've said some horrible things, and your new wife has made you into a horrible person, Travis. Don't even count on me for everything that happens to you in the future. I am no longer your baby sister. From now on, I'm an only child. Goodbye, Travis. This is an absolute catastrophe. I can't believe this is happening to me right now. This is all your fault, you stupid little cow. This wedding's been ruined because of you. I am absolutely disgusted by what you've done. Obviously, it's a no-brainer, but I want compensation for this. You have ruined my special day. Hey, you're the one who started this whole thing in the first place. You're the one to blame for how you've talked to me. All I did was speak up about it to my parents. You were the one who let loose on how you actually felt about people with disabilities. You're the one who was being cruel and discriminatory towards me. Oh, shut up, you stupid woman. I'm not kidding around here. You ruined my day. I shouldn't have had to worry about disabled people like you taking my spotlight. I should have been the one getting pampered by all of the attention from our families, their gifts, and people surrounding me trying to get my attention. My reputation has been ruined because of you. I'm finished. I'm just a nobody who's nothing but harsh on other people. This is the worst thing ever. What on earth are you talking about? You brought this on yourself. If you knew you were horrible to others, you should have learned to be more kind to people. Because you're a disabled person, my life has been ruined. Even if you say you didn't do anything, you'd think someone would help me. I've never lived through hardship. Do you seriously think that you'd benefit from trying to cut me out of this wedding? You've been dissing a disabled person for the entire time you've known me behind my back. Huh? What the heck are you talking about? I'm talking about how you ruined my wedding today for telling our families about the conversation we had. Because you were bullying me for being disabled, Ava. You started this, and I am not kidding about this anymore. How dare you say what you said to me? As soon as I entered middle school, I suddenly became ill and I lost the ability to move my legs. Did you know that I needed surgery to cure what was happening to me? Do you even know that I had no control over what was going on with my body? Do you really think I asked to be in a body like this? How could you go against what I've been through? But you've ruined how things should be. I had to pretend to like you for so long, and you ruined my plan. If you're telling me that you'd be fixed after surgery, why aren't you? Because the surgery had a really low chance of succeeding. Also, if it completely failed, I'd never be able to walk ever again. How dare you just say this with so much ease? You've got no idea what I was dealing with. The cost of having the surgery was going to be so expensive. But if I was given the choice to fix my legs, I would take that opportunity right away. I didn't ask to be disabled, you horrible woman. But you've been so unkind when it comes to not letting me have the attention. Why couldn't you have given me at least one day, Jane? Do you seriously not give a damn about anyone but yourself? You're the most selfish person I have ever met, and you're the one who got all of the attention. It wasn't me, as people would push my chair out of the way just so that they could see and talk to you. Don't you see what's happened to me, Ava? I could no longer play or hang out properly with my friends. I even needed help just to get on public transportation. I had no choice but to rely on people. It is so difficult to go out alone, and I can't just easily go for a walk to improve the mood I'm in. It's not as easy as it is for someone who has functioning limbs, Ava. There is absolutely no way you can understand the misery of being unable to live without the help of other people, Ava. You'll never know what it feels like. Well, I'm still trying to enjoy my life here, so stop trying to rain on my parade with your sob story of how you got stuck in that chair. I can't help you with that. You enjoying your life? Well, as you should be, since you're a fully functioning human, you stupid idiot. I knew you were enjoying life because I was watching it. I was watching it from my wheelchair, and I do every day when I see people walking around and doing daily tasks that I can no longer do. I am desperately trying really hard to keep my nerves at bay, but you make me unbelievably angry. I can't believe I ever had a friend like you in my life. Excuse me? What did you just say? You should be grateful that I stuck around for as long as I did, Jane. No one wanted to be your friend at all. Probably because they saw how horrible you are and didn't want to come near me because they were scared of you. If anything ruined my friendships, it's you, Ava. My family and some friends encouraged me to keep going as I am, but I understood that I could never live on my own without some sort of assistance. That's why I try to do my best with the life I've been given. I act nicer than most people because I want to be a good person and live my life in a careful manner. If I was abandoned by everyone I know, I wouldn't be able to live or survive this life. I would break down in tears if I couldn't complain to anyone or if I was in any pain. If I didn't do what I did and be brave about it, I might have had everyone abandon my side, and I would be all alone while you both got married to each other. I have always had so much anxiety when it came to who would care about me and want to stick around. Don't act like this just because no one showed up today. You are so arrogant. You've never had to live with a disability or with the fear that someone might leave you and never come back. You deserved what happened today. What the heck? How could you turn around and act like this towards me when I used to be such a good friend to you? I suppose you were wary of people around you then. Of course I was, and I was allowed to be, especially with how you and my brother have treated me in recent times. But I still have many important people around me. They continue to support me and listen to what I've had to say, unlike you and Travis. I have been blessed with friends who are there for me, and I can go to them about any complaints I have. You know, I really thought that you were one of those people I could go to for anything, Ava, but it seems like I was very wrong in thinking that. To be honest, the shock of being betrayed by you was huge. I never thought that you'd do anything like that to me. I thought you'd been brought up better, Ava. But if you're going to cut me out of your life, then you're nothing but a stranger to me, Ava. I'll show you no mercy, okay? I'll destroy you in every way possible. Shut up, you good-for-nothing woman. You're nothing but a disabled person who can't do anything. I don't care about you. All I want is my money, so give it to me. Excuse me? I should have known that I said all that for nothing. You really don't listen to anyone, do you, Ava? What money are you talking about anyway? Because of you and the actions you've taken today, my wedding was ruined as none of the relatives have shown up and they've cut off all their support. I won't be able to pay for all the wedding expenses and I'll end up in massive debt. It'll be bad if you don't pay quickly, so you better pay for my wedding. Oh, I get what you're saying. It seems like this extravagant wedding has cost you quite a bit of money, hasn't it, Ava? But you shouldn't really be getting into debt in the first place just to spend money on a wedding, okay? That's kind of a dumb thing to do, Ava. How about you do something about that yourself? If you're the one having money troubles, then it should really be you who should be fixing the problem. Hey, we really need to talk, Jane. Up until now, I've been taking good care of you, okay? Please just pay me $15,000 for all the troubles you've caused. That includes telling our parents what we were talking about, which caused them to not show up. That completely ruined my wedding, so pay up. I've helped you out so much with things like carrying luggage around and pushing your wheelchair so we could get to places faster. You never said thank you for that. Are you kidding me with these messages, Ava? You know I don't remember getting help for any of those things you said. I don't know what you're on about. Huh? Are you denying what I did for you? Are you serious? Is this really what you say to someone who has gone out of their way to help you? Well, recently you've been nothing but horrible to me, Ava, so I don't get how you can make me do anything at this point. I'm quite capable of moving my wheelchair. I never asked you to help me with it at all. Plus, you always moved the luggage or whatever you carried to odd places where I couldn't reach it at all. You were such a pushover when it came to the fake kindness you were trying to show me. It was actually kind of infuriating and it bugged me so much. Excuse me? What on earth are you talking about? I am nice to everyone. I was just getting so sick of taking care of you and not getting anything back for it. You shouldn't have to get anything back from it if it's out of the kindness of your own heart, but to be honest, I don't think you've got a heart at all, Ava. You've got some guts asking me for money when I've not done a single thing to harm your wedding. All I did was go to your parents and mine about my problems. They were the ones that made their own decision about whether or not to go to your wedding. They obviously knew that what you said was so terrible. So of course they chose not to go, and they'll never accept you as part of their family again. Don't even think for a second that I did anything to you when you started it all. But you can't just blame this all on me. At least I was being honest about how I feel, but you need to pay me back or you'll be sorry. I'll take you down and it won't be pretty. I'd love to see you try, but you can't do anything to me anymore. I'm a nice person and I know the difference between what is right and what is wrong. If you try coming anywhere near me, I'll call the cops and you'll be thrown into a jail cell. No one likes it when you say derogatory things to people with disabilities. You'll not get out of what you've done to me easily. You're the worst person I have ever met, and I hope that you're smart enough in not contacting me ever again. After the so-called gorgeous wedding that was supposed to take place, Ava is now up to her ears in debt, and Travis has abandoned her after she made the situation worse for them. Travis is demanding alimony from Ava. It seems like she's been working at night and is living alone with no one to help her. Oh well, she deserves it. She's always been good at sneaking into people's lives and playing nice. What a fake thing to do. Now she's become more isolated from people like her parents and other friends because they heard what she said to Jane about her disability. She's not had many customers and no peace of mind. She eventually got arrested for trying to steal money from a customer. Jane ended up getting surgery on her legs. It was a great success, and now she's getting physical therapy to help her get her strength back. Although it's been a long and difficult rehabilitation process, she'll be able to walk again and show off her legs to her brother. She'll work hard to achieve this goal. Hey, Selene. Could you hurry it up and make me something to eat now? I'm tired from my super long day of working today. And my stomach has been rumbling for the past 2 hours now, so get going and make me some food. Huh? You're not the only one who's really tired right now from their day. I'm with your dad right now taking care of him, so could you please make something for yourself tonight? Huh? Why do I have to be told what to do by someone who doesn't even leave this house to go to work? You've been in this house all day long, so you make me my food. Why should I have to do anything here when you've had all day to prepare me something? That's how things should work. Hey, I work a remote job right now from this house, and while doing so, I'm also caring for your father. So don't think that I'm just laying around all day doing nothing here. So that means you're the head of caring for everyone, right? Well, if that's the case, then you should be doing all the cleaning in this house as well. This house smells like crap right now. Shouldn't taking care of that smell be your responsibility or something? Huh? I don't think there's any kind of bad smell right now in the house. What are you supposedly smelling? It smells like a pigsty. It's that smell that comes off old people, like my dad. Perhaps your nose is good for nothing now since you've been around him all this time? Well, if the smell is all right with you, then so be it. But I want you to make me my food right now. I am tired from my very long day of work. So hurry the hell up and make me dinner. What the heck has gotten into you? Seriously. Why do you think you have any right to be talking to me like that right now, Mandy? I'm in the same boat as you right now, working a job all day long. A job that can be done from the comfort of your bed shouldn't even be considered a job. I actually leave this house and work all day long, sweating my butt off making money. So don't you even begin to compare yourself to me. I cannot believe you. The reason I am in this house right now is to care for your guys' bedridden father while Mike is out of the house for work. And yet this is how I'm going to be talked to by you? Who cares what you think about yourself being in this house? The fact that you even think of yourself as someone important just grosses me out. We are your family, so of course you had to come out here while Mike's gone to take care of us. Well then, why are you, of all people, not doing anything to help out right now? This is your father, after all, who you are related to by blood. Huh? Like I've been saying, I am tired. Are you even listening to me right now? Something like taking care of my bedridden dad should be left to my older brother's wife to take care of. And I like to think you should be thanking me right now for not making an even bigger fuss about this crappy smell in the air. This is your own father, Mandy. Well, he smells like dog crap. Now, once you've gone and lit a candle or something, come and make me dinner, all right? I want this house to smell like flowers or something, so that I don't have to smell my dad's stank while eating my meal. Understood?
So for the past 6 months or so, have things always been like that there?
Yes, Greg. I came here for the sake of taking care of your father, and so I've just been taking all this crap from her, but I cannot do this anymore. Recently, she hasn't even been coming back to the house anymore, and when she does, she only wants me to take care of her while she does whatever she wants. It's better that she just stay out of this house, as I can actually take time to focus on my job and your father. So honestly, I hope she gets the hint.
I can't believe it. She's never acted like that around me. And if she did...
For some reason, she really just doesn't like the fact that I'm staying in your father's house. Which is strange, because if I were to leave this place, she'd never be able to manage anything.
Hey now, Selene, you should have told me all about this a whole lot sooner.
I couldn't say this to any of you. You've been out of state for over 6 months now, doing one of the most important jobs ever, right? You shouldn't have to be worried about your father or your sister any while you're out there, since there's not much you can do anyway from there. So I just held myself together for as long as I could and took whatever your sister's been giving me.
Thank you so much for thinking about me. And I'm so sorry for what you've gone through. I'm sure all of this has really changed your perspective about my family.
Hey, you don't have to worry. I'm sorry. None of this is your fault, as your sister has only herself to blame. I really love your father after all, so doing everything I can to care for him is what I've wanted. But, of course, there's still Mandy.
No, she's going to be my responsibility now. I never knew that she was that toxic deep down. And as of right now, I am so thankful of the fact that you've left your own home to move in with my father and do everything from the chores to the cooking for him. You told me you'd do everything for him, and that makes me so happy. So I wanted to help out too, by supporting you.
You did say quite a few times that you'd come around to help at some point.
I know. Yet this whole time, you've been doing pretty much everything for both my father and I. I just wish I could be there to help. I feel like a liar for not being there with you both.
But what about your sister and what she'll have to say when you come back? She might think that you're lying to her when you have a talk, and might think that I'm the one forcing you to speak up.
Well, I suppose that could always happen. Actually, very recently, I felt something off about Mandy as well. I've started to think that one of the reasons she's always out of the house now is because she's cheating.
I see. Recently, she has been out of the house more than she's been around us, so I could definitely see her going out and having an affair right now. Although the only thing she'd been telling me is that she's busy with work right now and has to stay later in the evening to finish things up.
Does Mike have any idea that this is going on right now?
Mike is always very busy with his own work, and so he never has any time to talk with me about Mandy at all. There was one time I had a chance to talk with him about her, and so he did give her a warning about her attitude and such. But that didn't seem to faze her at all. And, well, Mike's always been a bit soft when it comes to drama like this. He has been trying his best to help out around the house, though, when he is home and has time.
Is that right? So while I've been away, a lot of things have changed with all of you. Well, anyway, I'm really sorry for all the things that have happened to you, Selene. And I appreciate the fact that you're still continuing to stay with my dad and take care of him. I can't believe that Mandy's not doing anything at all to care for her dad. It's saddening, to say the least. I always thought that since Mandy's mother had passed away, and she was left with only her dad and brother to raise her, she'd be really thankful towards them.
That's what I was thinking for a while as well. Seeing her behave the way she is now, it's just depressing and unbelievable.
I have an idea about this. I don't want to believe that Mandy's really that kind of person deep down. So I think right now is the perfect chance to give it one last go at seeing if she's still the Mandy I thought she was or not.
Hey, Greg, are you doing all right? I heard that while you've been out of state on that business trip, you got yourself a bit hurt.
That's right. I should be out of this hospital pretty soon here. But for a while, I'm going to have to stay in a wheelchair until I'm 100% again. I'm sorry. For the time being, I'm going to need your help with things at home, since I really don't have any way of getting everything done by myself.
Of course, I'm your wife after all, so I'll make sure you're taken care of. The only thing is, right now I've been very busy with work and everything, so in terms of timing, it might be a bit difficult for me. But right now, Selene is at my dad's house. So she can help you out when you're here, and I'll try my best to help out when I can.
Thank you for your quick response, Mandy. And as for Selene, I'll never be able to repay her for all she's done here.
You have that right. I really am thankful for what she's done. But I'm sure her taking care of everyone is so much fun, right? So you really don't have to feel sorry about her when she has to spend all day doing things for you and Dad, right?
Well, perhaps she does like doing all this.
Anyhow, for the time being, I want you to just be focused on getting your legs all healed up again so that you can walk on your own. Now, I need to get back to work.
It seems you've been working way more than you normally did back before I left on my trip. Tell me, from what time until what time do you have to work every day?
Huh? Well, that all depends on the day, so I can't give you a very good answer to that. But just be aware that I've normally been having to work from early morning to late night. That's why I'm never able to help Selene with anything at home.
Is that so? Have you and her been doing all right together?
Of course. But when it comes to her, she can sometimes be too easy to upset. There are definitely times when her and I will have little arguments and such. But I'm an adult, so I know how to handle all of that back talk from her. You don't have to worry about any of it.
I see. Well, as long as you have it all under control with her, then I can relax. I'm sorry for taking up some of your time, Mandy. Good luck with the rest of your work today.
Thank you. And you take care as you get ready to be released from that hospital. Hey, Selene, you're going to have to take care of my husband from now on as well, all right? Please and thank you. You've been in charge of caring for my dad this whole time, so you should be all right caring for another person, right? Thanks. I'm sorry, but I am not caring for him. Huh? What are you talking about? If you're not going to do it, then who else will? Not only have you not been taking care of your own father, but now you're going to have someone else care for your husband too? Are you kidding me, Mandy? And like I'd said, you're in charge of caring for everyone around here, all right? Why should I have to do any of that crap when you're the one who does it? It's not like you have anything else going on, and so far all you've been doing is squatting in our house without having to pay to be here, right? Excuse me? Squatting? The reason I'm having to live with you right now in this house is because I am taking care of your father for you. I never came to this place to just sit around all day and do nothing, okay? Would you just shut up already? Take care of Greg for me. I am very, very busy with work right now. I'd love to care for my husband and my dad, but I physically can't right now. I'm in the same situation, yet you don't see me whining about it, do you? I'm putting in that extra 10% of effort each day to make sure your father is comfortable and living. Things will only get tougher as your dad gets older and as Greg comes home, so just do your best to make things work. This is pissing me off. Please, for God's sake, take care of my freaking husband. I have no idea how to care for another person, and I have a lot of work that I need to attend to every day. All you have to do is help your husband out with the things he can't do on his own, all right? Things like pushing his wheelchair around for him when he goes out and lifting things up for him that he can't get out on his own. It's all not that hard of stuff, so come on and stop the whining already. Stop that! Hey, how much longer do you plan to stay away from this house without saying anything to anyone? Have you not been around to take care of Greg at all? I told you I have a lot of things to do at work. You should be the one to take care of him, right? You and him seem to get along so well with one another. You keep on giving me the excuse that you're so busy with work every day, but how busy are you now where you haven't even been able to come home for days? This is a world that a shut-in like yourself would never be able to understand. You poor child. By the way, you are a frickin' stranger to me, so I'm not going to listen to you telling me what to do. So this really means you're not going to do anything else for Greg then? It already sounds like you've been ignoring all his calls and texts now, so I can't blame him for being really sad right now about his own wife ignoring him. I have no plans of going back to that house to care for Greg. You do it for me. Oh, but make sure you take care of him and my dad well enough that things don't smell like crap again, all right?
So that's the real kind of woman you are.
What? Greg? What's going on with you right now? The real kind of woman? What do you mean by that?
I'm talking about all that stuff you were saying to Selene. So this whole time, you haven't seemed to care at all about your father or myself, and would rather have your sister-in-law care for us instead of you.
Wait, I never said anything like that. I still care about you both. I just happen to have a lot of work that I need to take care of still. And, well, that keeps me from coming home a lot of the time. Right now, if there is anything I'm physically able to do for you guys, I'll do it because I really want to.
You liar! I heard all about this from Selene already, okay? While I was away on that business trip that got cut short by the accident, you went and forced Selene to do everything for both your father and you. You would even force her to do the most simple of things like cooking you dinner and lighting a candle. Things that a woman your age should be able to do easily.
And during those times, I am busy with work, so I had no choice but to have her help. How many times do I have to tell you this, Greg? Right now, it feels like you all are trying to pick on me and the work I'm having to do.
Yesterday, I gave your office a call. Your manager, or the man who was your manager, told me you quit your job there half a year ago.
Huh? Why would you call my office like that without asking me first?
Shush. What did he mean by you quit your job half a year ago and haven't been back to that office since? What happened to all those excuses you've kept on using, saying you've been so very busy with work?
I just changed jobs half a year ago is all, Greg. By the way, I explained all of this to you before. Do you not remember any of this?
I was never given any explanation from you, Mandy. Now quit your lying and tell me the truth for once. Tell me the truth about how, for the past 6 months now, you've been cheating on me with another man.
What?
When I had to leave for that trip, you found it to be the perfect chance for you to go out and meet with another man multiple times, right? What am I saying? You've gone out to see him pretty much every day for the past 6 months now, leaving Selene at home to take care of your father and all the housework. You're a real dick for doing something like that.
Why do you... But you were out of the state for work, right?
In order to get all the evidence I needed of you cheating, I hired someone to go and investigate you further. The investigator was able to get an audio recording from the man you've been with, and was even able to get other evidence to help me solidify the case.
But Greg, I had no other choice, all right? For the past 6 months, I've been totally lonely here without you. I've been having to worry about my father as well as deal with my job, all while you were never around me.
You haven't been caring for your father or working for the past half a year, asshole! Stop it with all your incessant lies!
No, wait, I was about to say...
No, you weren't! I knew what was going on, but I wanted to give my wife the benefit of the doubt and trust that this was all just one huge misunderstanding on my part. That's why I told you I had injured my legs. I was really hoping that by hearing about your husband losing the ability to walk for a while, you'd come back to me and prove that you had always been mine. But instead, you continued to use your fake job as an excuse. And not only were you not taking care of me, but you wouldn't even come back home.
What? Huh? What are you going on about? Wait, you're telling me that your legs being all messed up was a giant lie?
I made that all up in order to see who the real you was. But now, I'm well aware of who you are.
You're an asshole for lying to me about something like that.
I'm not going to take that from a bitch that's been cheating on me for 6 months and lying about it! We are getting a freaking divorce now! I'm sure you knew this was coming though, right? I already hired a lawyer with me, so I'll get to work with him and make sure you pay me for every lie you've ever told. I hope your 6 months away from work didn't use up all of your savings!
Wait a second. Hey! Hey, do something about all of this. Things have really turned upside down for me, all right? You were the one cheating this whole time, so this is exactly what you deserve. I have no reason to be helping you get out of that mess now, and actually I really can't wait for you to burn in hell after this. Jesus, you are such a freaking witch, do you know that? Me going out and having fun with another man has nothing to do with you, right? That's totally right, and that's why your problems that you're facing now have nothing to do with me. The only people that I have anything to do with now are your father, Greg, and Mike. Wait, so does this mean you knew about how Greg had been lying to me? Oh, you're talking about how he faked having bad legs? I knew about that. Greg didn't want to believe that you were really as toxic as you are, so he lied in order to see if you were really faithful to him or not. That poor man, Greg. If he was lying to you, then you should have told my dad or something. Why would you play along with Greg and trying to set me up like that? Are you still not aware? Right now, your father is on his last leg and has been suffering from dementia. What? This whole time I've been taking care of him, he's been calling me Mandy instead of Selene. He would always say things like, "I'm sorry, Mandy, I'm sorry." Is that right? This whole time, your father's been thinking that you've been taking care of him, even though it's me. I'm sure for him that's the best outcome, as he wouldn't have been as happy knowing his daughter was never around to care for him. He would have had to learn that the daughter he raised all by himself would rather go out and cheat on her husband than stay home to care for her loving father. That's all been going on? Dad's thought I've been the one caring for him? Are you starting to understand now? Well, I'm sorry, but it's too late now. We're having you kicked out of the house. But you'll be just fine with that, right? Huh? You want me out of my own dad's house? Why do you, of all people, think you can choose to do something like that to me? That place isn't even your house. I'm sorry to say this, but I have every right to kick you out. After all, this house is Mike's. Ever since your father became older and fell ill, Mike has been the one paying things off, like the loan. But in order to do so, he had to have his name on the place, so your father gave it to him. And from what Mike has told me, he's cutting ties to you for being such a heartless and self-centered woman. So the only thing you can do now is come here and get your things. What? All of this and that going on in my life right now, and now you're going to make me an outcast, huh? Shut up, you were the one who casted your whole family out. Now you get your butt over here and grab all your things. Hey, come on now, I get it already, I messed up. But from now on, I'll make sure to take care of my dad, okay? There is no longer any chance for you, Mandy. Nobody can trust you anymore, and none of us want to anyway. It's over for you. Pack it up and get out of our lives. Wait! Hey, Mandy, what the frick is all of this about now? You got divorced from Greg, and the whole family has said goodbye to you forever. Just because you've come all the way back to this house again doesn't mean anyone is going to let you back in. Do you understand that? I know that, but I can't live on with the way things are. Because of that settlement I had to pay Greg, I am in really bad debt now. And so far I've had to live life without a job and a house. Why are you still whining like you're a victim? You were the one who caused all of this, and now you're having to pay up for what you'd asked for. I don't care that your life sucks now and that you're too immature to handle it. You deserve to not live on too much longer. What the hell? I had no other choice but to come all the way back home. Both my brother and Greg have gone and blocked me, so you're my only hope now. I had no other choice but to come here and see you. I am doing everything I can to stay alive, all right? And your father is in the same boat. What? Your dad did everything he could to stay alive, and I mean everything. He would go saying he was sorry for all the actions his daughter had taken to people like myself and Greg and Mike while trying to go through rehab. Yet while all of that had been happening, you continued to ignore him and never bothered to even stop by and say hi. Wait, but I... And over time, as things started to get worse again, he began to call me Mandy, thinking that you'd actually come around to wanting to care for your own father. This all has been hell for me because I've had to watch as a poor old man who did everything for his daughter got ignored by her and treated like he was nothing. Well, if it's so bad for you, then why don't you leave that house now? Huh? I mean, my father is still calling you Mandy, thinking that you're me, right? Well then, if you leave that house and let me in, then the problem can be solved and you'll no longer have to feel bad for him. I will be able to live there again and I can take care of him now, all right? I know better than to fall for that. You just want to be back in here so that you can have a free place to crash again, right? I'm done with you. No point in talking with you anymore, is there? If you're going to continue hanging out in front of this house, then I'm going to call the police and have them get you off our property. Hey, come on now, please. At least let me come in and take a shower or something. I haven't had a shower in weeks. Just let me clean myself off, please. I can't do that, or else you'll stink up the inside of this house. I have to remember what you said to me and do my job and make sure the inside of this house doesn't start smelling like crap. After that, Mandy used a rock from out in the yard to bust through the glass front door and made her way into the house. But before she could even get herself into the shower, the police showed up and tackled her to the bathroom floor while she was only in her underwear. They handcuffed her and took her out to a squad car, where they then went and took her away to the county jail. She was taken to court later that week and charged with breaking and entering and vandalism for breaking down the front door of the house. These two charges would only add fuel to the fire that was her debt, as she would now have to owe us even more money through a settlement. Her secret boyfriend from before had run off after Greg went and got a settlement from him as well. So now Mandy is truly all on her own as she goes back to the streets to live as a homeless again. But not too long after, she was arrested again, for robbery this time, and would be put into jail for a year. But at least she has a place to sleep and clean up now. I hope that place will teach her a couple of unforgettable lessons, or at the very least, keep her from being a public menace for the next year. As for myself, I'm still living at home with my father-in-law, Greg, and my husband, where Greg and I have been working to take good care of everything. I still have to work full-time remotely, but things have lightened up a bit with Greg around the house during the afternoon to help out. Mike, unfortunately, still has a lot on his plate when it comes to his job, but he said it'll only be a few more months before he's able to come around the house more and help us all out. My father-in-law is still calling me Mandy and thinks that I really am her, which is a bit upsetting to me at times, but I think this is best for everyone, as he'll never have to find out how truly disgusting his daughter really is. There is still plenty of difficult things to do here, but without Mandy around causing trouble anymore, things seem a lot more peaceful and enjoyable.
Hey, John, are you there? It's kind of an emergency. Can you please answer the phone? Did you not get a phone call from the hospital earlier?
I did get a phone call, but I was busy at work, so I chose to ignore it. You do remember that I actually have a job, right?
Of course I know that you have a job, but this is really urgent. Why else would the hospital be calling you?
I figured they just wanted to tell me the results of some report or something dumb like that, but you're not doing anything. So you should go to the hospital and just pick it up for me. I don't really get why I should have to answer the phone and talk to someone just for that. But you never have anything going on, so you should just go and figure it out for me.
Well, that isn't exactly fair. I mean, I do work part-time, you know. Besides, I really think that they want to talk to you. Are you sure that you want me to go for you?
Why are you making such a big deal about this? You're my wife. Anything a doctor wants to say to me, he should be able to say to you. It really is just that simple. Now hurry up and go find out what they want with me and quit wasting my time.
Okay, all right. I'll go. But you don't have to talk to me in that way, you know? I just wanted to make sure that you were getting the calls and what you wanted to do about it. I didn't realize it was such an effort for you to get back to the doctors.
Excuse me? don't go talking as if you know why I do the thing that I do. Just be a good wife and do as I say. Got it? And don't ever compare your little part-time job to my real job.
You don't have to talk to me like that, you know. John, are you there? Please call me as soon as you see this.
Call you? I wouldn't call you if I was free with nothing better to do. Besides, there are a million better ways to spend my time than talking to you on the phone.
Please, John, this is serious. We really don't have the time for this. I really need to tell you this, but do you think I could just call you and explain it all over the phone? I think it would be a lot easier that way.
Well, I just told you that there's no way that I'm going to be answering the phone. I don't even want to hear your voice. Besides, I'm still at work and can't be taking personal calls just because you want to chat.
I know that you've already gotten off work for the day. Please, I don't really care if you're out on a busy street or something. Just please either let me call you or come home so we can talk in person.
Wait, how do you know that I'm off work? Did you call my office or something? You know that I told you never, ever to call where I work.
But this is an emergency, John. I don't have any other choice.
Fine, jeez. What is so important that you have to bug me like this? If you're going to be so annoying about this, just spit it out. Text or voice, I'll still get the same content. So just type it out and I'll read it when I feel like it.
I really think that this is the kind of thing that should be said over the phone or in person, not texted. But okay, if you're not going to call, then I have to tell you. I talked to the doctors and they said you maybe have a year left. Apparently, even going into the hospital and trying to seek treatment wouldn't work for how advanced the sickness is now. Any medicine or medical treatment would just be buying time.
What are you talking about? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something?
I wouldn't ever joke about something like this, John. You know that I don't find that sort of joke funny.
So basically, you're telling me I've only got a year left with you?
I really don't know. The doctors say that there is a small chance that treatment might help with it. But I think that we should go to the hospital and talk to the doctors themselves about it. Do you think you'll be able to take some time off of work tomorrow to do that with me?
Wait, what? You want me to go to the hospital with you? Why would I want to do that after you've just told me that you've only got a year to live? I'd much rather just have a divorce.
Wait, what? Why would you say that?
I mean that you've just been given a death sentence. And now that you have, I want a divorce right away. So I guess that means there were actually two big announcements for you today. Not only did you find out that you're going to die, but you also found out that you're going to die alone. So don't bother asking me to be there for you or anything like that. It's just a complete waste of time now. And to think that if this didn't happen, we would have spent the rest of our lives together. I guess you can say I really dodged a bullet there.
John, seriously, what are you talking about? I think you're really misunderstanding what I said. But I get it now. You think that I'm going to die, so you're using this as your chance to throw me aside and run away.
Aw, what? Did you really think I would stand by your side and hold your hand while you withered away? Why would I do that when I have another woman waiting for you?
What are you talking about this time? What older woman?
Did you really think that a guy like me can't get another woman to fall in love with him if I tried? I need to divorce you so that I can move on with my life and get with a new woman.
And you think that just marrying someone else is going to solve all of your problems? You'll still end up tied down in ways that you don't like, I guarantee it.
You're just jealous because I already have preparations just in case this very thing happened. Don't be mad just because you're going to die all alone.
I see. Well, then I guess I really didn't know you at all how I thought I did. I had no idea you already had another woman lined up, but fine. Be that way.
Not that I needed your permission to do so. And just why are you wasting the precious time that you have left even arguing with me about this? Why don't you just move out of the house and leave me alone already?
All right, fine then. Have it your way. I will leave then. I'll go ahead and get the divorce papers ready too.
Well, At least you're going to be a good, obedient wife for me up until the very end. I'll sign the papers, but then you figure out the rest for me. Unlike you, I have a life to live. Oops, was that too soon? Ah, well, it hardly matters now that you're just a walking corpse.
Whatever, John. Have a nice life.
At least you still have a good sense of humor about you.
I'll just proceed with this whole divorce process then. I'll let you know when the papers are ready for you to be signed. I'm going to be moving out of the house today, though, so don't worry about me being in your space. Although I'll need time to pack my things, so I'll be staying here tonight.
That's fine with me. I'll just go and stay at my girlfriend's house. We're already divorced now, so it really doesn't matter if I do that, right?
Do what you'd like, John. All right, John, I've done as I said I would and prepared the divorce papers for you. Have you gone to the hospital at all, or are you just ignoring their calls? I got one call from the doctors telling me to reach out to you, but I told them that we're divorced and that it's not my business anymore.
The hospital? Why would I have to go there?
You mean you still haven't gone to talk to the doctors at all? You really still haven't figured out the mistake that you've been making? I wasn't given a year to live. You were.
Wait, what?
That's right. You should probably tell that girlfriend of yours before the two of you get married. But I hope you enjoy that last year of being with her.
Hold on a second. Seriously? What are you talking about? What do you mean I was given a year to live? If this is some kind of joke, it isn't very funny.
I'm afraid that I'm not joking about anything at all. Besides, you know that I don't like to joke about this kind of thing. I'm being very serious right now.
Well, I don't believe you at all. I feel as healthy as a horse.
You do remember going in for the full-body physical several months ago, right? Well, the doctors found some abnormalities and ran some tests. When you sent me to the hospital to find out the results, that was when they told me you only had a year left. But I guess you wouldn't believe me since you never went to check for yourself. But I wasn't going to my test results. They were yours, remember? You and your girlfriend might want to think about scheduling an appointment.
Oh, give me a break. Do you really expect to believe that I'm the one who's dying? Don't be ridiculous. This is all a bunch of nonsense. There's no way that I'm about to die. You're just mad because you're the one who's going to die all alone.
I'm actually not upset at all. And you can only blame yourself for all of this since you weren't listening to what I was trying to say. I never once said that I was the one who only had a year to live. You just read my message the way that you wanted to read it. And then you went on to confess that you were cheating on me and that you wanted to get a divorce.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But still.
So all I did was fulfill a dying man's wishes and divorce him. You do remember that the whole reason I went to the hospital that day was for your test results, right? I mean, why would I go to the hospital to pick up your diagnosis and then come back with one for myself? That just doesn't even make sense. You really need to just answer the phone when the hospital calls you.
But I hate talking on the phone. It's such a pain.
Well, I can't disagree with you there, but now look what happened. Honestly, I have no idea how you made that mistake even. I was really surprised by it, to be honest. But then all the horrible things you said to me the second you thought that I was going to die. About not being there while I wither away and leaving me to die alone. Not to mention the fact that you've been cheating on me this whole time.
Well, I thought you were going to be gone soon. I guess I kind of jumped the gun on all of this, didn't I?
But you were already cheating on me before you even thought I was going to die. At least own up to the fact that you were doing it.
But I only admitted it because I thought that you were the one that was dying.
Well, I'm not, so good luck explaining to your girlfriend and all.
What the heck am I supposed to tell her after all of this? She's never going to marry me now!
Yeah, I really can't see anyone wanting to marry someone with so little to go. But since you were so ready to marry her anyways, surely she must love you enough to want to be with you, right? Maybe she'll overlook this and stand by your side until your last breath. Anyways, if you're not going to tell her that, then at least tell her that I'm suing you both for adultery.
Wait, what? You're going to sue us? But I was just given a death sentence. Are you really going to try and just heap more suffering on me?
I'm sorry, but that has nothing to do with the fact that you cheated on me. You cheated, and I have the right to sue for reparations. It really is that simple. You've already admitted to it. Now it's time to own up to it. I don't care if you are a dying man. I have my rights.
How can you say that to me? I only have a year left to live. You should be nicer to me. Why are you being so cruel? You're breaking my heart, Julia. You're the reason I'm dying. It's all the emotional stress you've been putting me through.
Excuse me? You seriously need to get a grip if you think that's the case.
What do you mean?
I mean, that if you want to talk about mistreatment and stress, then I have much more room to talk than you do. The whole time we've been married, you've treated me like your maid more than your wife. You only ever looked down on and condescended to me, and you even cheated on me. You need to get over yourself and realize that you haven't been a good husband.
Hey, come on now. What kind of way is that to talk to a dying man?
You had your chance to go and talk to the doctors about this, but you didn't. I'm sorry, but I don't have any pity for you after the idiotic way you've been acting and the horrible way you've been treating me. I never want to hear from you again.
Hey, Julia, are you there?
Excuse me? Who is this?
Please don't act like this. You know it's me, John. I just wanted to tell you that I really am sorry about what I did. I was just really hoping that you would take me back.
God, you were such a little creep.
What do you mean?
I mean that I thought you left me to go and be with your girlfriend. Why are you trying to worm your way back into my life?
Please don't be like that. I really am sorry for all that I did. But I really have been thinking about what I did, and I realized I was treating you wrong. I need you. I see that now. I'm in the hospital right now, and I'm in my room all by myself.
I see. So I guess now you're the one living out your days all alone.
My family found out all about my cheating and how I treated you, and no one has come to visit me. But I think if I had you here by my side, I might really be able to beat this thing. Please, I need you to help me get through this.
Why don't you leave me alone and go ask your girlfriend to help you?
But we've been married 5 years. No one else knows me as well as you do.
And? Why do you think I owe you another second of my life? I gave you enough time and now I'll finally be free. Don't bother reaching out to me unless it's about paying me what you owe me.
Hey there, it's me, John. Well, here I am, living out my final days alone in a hospital bed. Although I suppose if I think about all that I said to Julia, I should have seen this coming. I'd like to take this space to make my final statement. I really have had a change of heart. I don't expect Julia to ever take me back or see me before I go. But that's for the best. Now that we're divorced and she's free, I really do hope that she can move on and forget all about me. I may be dying, but at least by doing so, I might be doing the only kind thing I've done for the only woman I've truly loved.